You're listening to 91 Reasons, a journey into the twisted landscape of pop culture. Keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times. And now, the voice, Jeff Tucker.
Well, hello! This is Huell Hauser. You're listening to 91 Reasons, another piece of California's gold. Are you really Huell Hauser? Well, no. Why? Because Huell Hauser's dead. Oh, right, he's dead. He can't really be on the show, can he? No, I can't unless you can have somebody dead on the show. Well, we've had dead people on the show before. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's 91 Reasons. I am Jeff Tucker. I am the voice. I am joined by my illustrious cast here, who each one is on their stupid cell phones instead of being on the show.
Hi.
Oh, they chime in. Well, welcome everybody to the cell phone edition of 91 Reasons, where we're going to spend the whole show liking posts on Facebook and texting each other back and forth. Won't that be fun and exciting?
Hey, I'm texting Hindle and Noel, important people here.
Well, you can do that at any moment. Get off the phone. We're on the show.
Okay, I'm down. See? Set it down.
The phone is down.
Phone is down. I'm all yours.
Okay, we are here to wrap up the convention we went to over a week and a half ago.
Woo! Sorry.
WonderCon 2016.
Woo!
We have a pretty good run with WonderCon. We've gone to everyone that has been down here since they moved from the Bay Area. The first year we went as guests. The second year we had a table. The third year we had a table. The fourth year, no table. Fifth year, they moved to LA. We got a table, and they stuck us behind a giant stone pillar. So we did not have a financially successful convention.
No.
But we did have a lot of fun at the convention. So why don't you walk us through, Rachel, what we did?
Me, the one that stayed at the table and worked her butt off?
Well, what did we do Friday?
Okay, Friday.
Friday, the night before the con.
Oh, that's the night before the con? That wasn't Thursday? Friday?
Thursday, the night before the con.
See?
What did we do?
We went up and set up the table.
We drove all the way to L.A.
Yes.
just to set the table up, which turned out to be a good thing because it was quite a trek, a lot of paperwork to get through. Our table was at the very ass end of the con.
Corner, far back, no man land.
We learned a valuable lesson. WonderCon loves Artist Alley because they put it right up by the door where you go in so that Artist Alley is always busy with people looking to buy art, but small press, they could give a crap about small press.
Artist Alley is my favorite thing of every con all the time, too. So
yeah, which is funny because you didn't go to Artist Alley not 4 years ago at Comic-Con. We used to avoid it altogether.
Well, that was before my children all became artists.
Oh, now
I get it more now.
You have artistes at home. Yes.
Plus, I appreciate giving money to people that are creating something.
The other interesting thing, which I think benefited us having skipped a year, was that we saw a lot of the same small press retailers over and over again. So when people would walk the aisles, they actually considered us new and fresh. Because you do see the same exact products. We've seen that graveyard with the Barbie dolls in it every year, right?
Yeah.
And then the next aisle over, there was a girl dressed as a ghost who kept wandering around.
She would just float through the aisles, singing songs. I don't know.
The other weird thing is that we noticed, and I won't name what their products were, but it didn't seem like they were there to sell anything. It seemed like they were just there to be. Yeah. The people across the way never made a sale. They just sat there. And a lot of people, and this is, like I've said before, the death of small press is walking by a table and seeing the person on their phone.
Yes.
You got to get off your phone. You got to be personable. You got to go, hey, everybody, I've got something to sell. And to your credit, you did sell quite a few TimeBoxes.
Yes, I did.
You got a lot of people to
and like the page,
like the show,
subscribe,
and you sold a few books.
Hi, new listeners. If you met me at WonderCon.
So it was successful in that respect.
Yes.
And what was the big trend of the con this year?
Oh, I would say a lot of trends.
No, the biggest one, right off the top of your head, mystery boxes.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Everyone had them.
And they're not cheap.
And
this is so
ours
stupid
were
because they take the stuff that nobody wanted to pay retail for, they throw it in a box, and they charge a premium. These aren't cheap boxes. These are $35, and there's a line to buy them because one of them might have an Xbox in it.
I saw them going all the way up to $50.
They were $50 ones, $60 ones.
That's ridiculous.
I agree.
They now come in themed boxes, mystery boxes, or Minecraft chests. And no joke, I saw guys having to restock the booth by cartwheeling tons of them, like 30 more. They were selling like crazy.
Well, they figured out very quickly, if you put it in a fun box that people carry around, that it generates its own business. Hey, what's that box? Oh, I got it over there. Oh, I want one. You wait and see next year.
Yep.
It'll be the same boxes, but they'll be shiny.
Yep.
And that will make all the difference in sales.
Yep. And it's kind of funny how the booth, they purposely put out stuff like those alpacas that everybody likes. And
The trend's over. They got to get rid of them.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's whatever trend is on its way out, that's what's in it.
I want to.
Breaking
Ours
Bad.
were so popular, though. So
Sons
it
of
worked.
Anarchy.
Well, ours were popular because they were $5.
They were cheap.
They were
And the
$5.
other thing about ours that people were digging, I heard so many people say, is that it's vintage. Ours is old toys. Ours is old stuff.
Everybody else's stuff.
New.
Like I watched a person open one. I think I said this before, $35, and it was Sons of Anarchy figures that I saw 2 for $10 on a table.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
But you could get that Xbox One.
But everybody there has an Xbox One.
I don't know what the appeal is. I don't know
Yeah, it
why
wasn't like they
people
were
think
giving out a
exists.
date with Carmen Electra. It was like a game system. Like, and one guy goes, well, if you've already got the game system, we'll just give you like $300 cash. And I was like, so it's like gambling.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the con and gamble with my money. The biggest gamble is like the $6 blind boxes, which you bought
Yes.
Zootopia ones.
Yep. Well, actually, Josie bought one, but she didn't want it because he didn't
gave
like the
it to him.
character.
Yeah.
Because it was the naked guy.
Yeah.
The hippie.
Yeah. Which it doesn't appear in the other toys, right?
No, it's the only way to get him.
Yeah, that's funny. And then you got, who else did you get?
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big, who's not big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the only way to get one that's actual size in the movie. It's
Yeah, it
not
was
like
really
the little
cute.
tiny PVC or the big plushie. It's perfectly sized.
I bought a bunch of junk. I bought some reaction figures. I bought some Battlestar Galactica looking Migos.
Who is this that we talk about what we bought?
And I bought original Simpson pencil art. That was really cool, yeah. And your mom bought, how many t-shirts did you get? 4, 6,
I got
10?
3 David Bowie shirts.
Uh-huh.
1 from the Tracy Hines booth. It wasn't her actual. It was her friends. The what's it, who's it's, whatever.
Yeah, who's it's and what's it's.
And I got a lot from Elsa. Elsa's Creations. Find them at Frankenstein. I love that woman.
She ought to love you for the money you sent her.
And she gives me deals. She throws in bows and stuff when I buy from her. Her quality, I'm still carrying that monster purse that I bought from her from WonderCon 2 years ago.
Yes.
And now I have a new Wonder Woman, and she custom made. This is how awesome Elsa is. I told her the fabric I wanted and asked if she'd be able to make a little mermaid purse for me. I would special order it and through the mail. Girlfriend, after working 10 days at a con, went home and stayed up till 3 a.m. sewing me a little mermaid bag to everything I wanted and brought it on the next day of con for me to buy. Amazing. Amazing. Love her.
How much money did you spend at Elsa's Creation? Do you even know?
Total? Yeah, I think I spent 80 or 85.
400.
No. One purse was 15 and one was 30 because she worked all night on it.
Oh my God.
And I bought a couple bows and then she threw in like 4 or 5. I didn't.
Oh my God.
I could have done so much more. And had those shoes fit me that her daughter made? I'm still thinking about going to Frankenstein's.
Yeah, you were like, I want the shoes.
They were
I want
$90 for the shoes.
and the jacket.
And they were 7.5, and I needed the 8, and that was the only thing. The reason they're not on my foot right now. I was playing Cinderella trying to get those on my feet. Let me tell you.
So because you're the stepsister and your foot wouldn't
Yes.
fit, you didn't get it.
No.
So I win.
No,
That's
because
great.
she said I could bring in my own shoes,
Yeah.
and they will just charge me to decorate them.
No, don't do that.
Oh, I'm
You don't
doing
wanna
that.
do that.
And she'd put it
You don't wanna
on
do
a jean jacket. So I want to get a jean jacket, which is what I'm on the hunt for,
No.
and have her do panels of the Little Mermaid.
No.
And then
you don't even like the Little Mermaid.
Kendall's not going to like this part. But then put my catawamper on the back of that jacket. So it's just the me jacket.
So you want a Little Mermaid
Catawampus.
Catawampus jacket. Why?
Because that's me. It makes my jacket special.
Why do you like the Little Mermaid?
because she's gorgeous. I'm in love with her. If she was a real person, Tracy Hines, I'd be in love with her.
See, I think that's why you like The Little Mermaid, because of the Tracy Hines connection.
Oh,
I think if Tracy Hines walked around as Belle, you'd be into Belle.
Now, Tracy Hines, when she's wearing her Belle t-shirt from Adorkable Apparels, that's her line of clothing.
Boy, we're plugging everybody.
Tracy does have a Belle shirt, and she wears the brown wig, and she looks like beautiful as Belle, but that's not my thing. So I don't think so. She does Elsa. She does them all. She even has done a Snow White, which she did amazing.
I don't understand.
But there's something about her and the Little Mermaid. She is the real Little Mermaid.
No.
She is.
No.
Yeah, she is.
You sound like a fanboy talking about a cosplay girl.
I am.
She was dressed as a Little Mermaid on Saturday.
I am sure when she sees me come up, she runs. Because we saw her at this convention at WonderCon on, was it the second day or the last day? Second day, Saturday.
I don't know.
It was the only time I left the booth. I told everybody.
Oh, that was Saturday.
I am leaving the booth.
You left
at
the
5
booth.
o'clock because Tracy Hines is appearing at a booth.
Yeah.
And I went, and I brought Vanessa, and I brought Noel and his family. Like, we had a group go. I brought a lot of people. But the second I walked up, she's all, Rach! She, probably wants to run. But yay! Rach is here! And she said she would do 91 Reasons, so I'm going to hold you to that, Tracy. I'm going to be calling you. So that should be coming soon, hopefully.
We saw Marilyn from Clerks.
We always see Marilyn. We love her.
Marilyn's gone. Now, Marilyn played Veronica in Clerks. That's Dante's girlfriend.
Best role in the whole movie.
And we've gone from saying hi to her at a con, actually
bowing at her.
Well, actually purchasing her autograph and stuff, to now when you walk up, she goes, is Josie taking her medicine? Yeah,
no dairy for her, but she's funny. Yeah, well, the reason why we know her so well is because the funny way we would, every time I saw her at a convention, after a few times, you can only say hello to someone so many times. You can only buy their autograph so many times. But you continue to see them and love them. So I wanted to represent without doing that over and over. So I just started to bow. I would just walk by her and do my little bow anytime we ran into her at any convention. And one time we started finally to talk, and she's like, you're the girl that always bows, right?
Yeah, she knows you because you bow to her all the time.
Yeah, so that's what started it. But because I did that, I stood out. And then we started talking, and then we Facebooked each other, and then we realized that, we could be a con acquaintance and Facebook friendship. And I adore her. Love her.
So we also saw Daniel Hale. He does a podcast called the Diz Geek Podcast. And he was there with his son, Aiden. We just want to say hi to Aiden. Because check this out. Aiden's dad runs more than one podcast. Like, he really works hard. Daniel's the guy who built me a website that I've never used because I'm lazy and stupid.
Yes.
But
we need to do that.
Aiden told his dad that I'm his favorite podcaster. So it was funny to watch him because when you see somebody that you only know through their voice, when you finally see them for real talking, I know it can be very strange. Because the voice and the face and this, never matches up.
I know, I sound like a supermodel, right?
It never matches up. So it was just fun to take a picture and to meet people like that.
He was very excited to meet you. They came to the table earlier when you weren't there, and I think the little boy bugged till Dad brought him back.
Well, that's
again,
great.
So.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they were nice.
I'm his Tracy Hines.
Yeah, see? I get it, Aiden. I have my Tracy Hines.
What? I don't get the Tracy Hines thing.
And Lindsay, I don't want to say number
Lindsay
2.
wasn't there, though, right?
No. That's why I'm talking about
Lynn
Tracy.
Stanley.
Because those girls are equally amazing. And equally gorgeous.
I don't understand.
And equally girl crushes. Love them.
Girl crush.
They're my girl crushes.
Girl crush.
Yes, both of them.
I don't
have
understand.
The dark hair and the redhead.
I don't understand.
You don't understand the girl crush on those girls? Are you sure? You're okay? It's okay. I understand it for you.
Well, let me ask you this. You went over to their booth, Who's It's and What's
Yes.
It. What is that a reference to? Do you know?
Yeah, Little Mermaid. They had all kinds of Disney, like Peter Pan references. And it's all very subtle ways to wear Disney stuff without screaming Mickey Mouse on my chest. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a feather for Peter Pan. It's just like Tracy does, where she does, like, the Tinkerbell wings on a shirt. Nothing else, just the Tinkerbell wings.
Just the wings.
Yeah, and like her mermaid, where it's just the shells in assorted colors.
Yeah.
So I like that. I'm a fan of this, and it's subtle because my hair or the rest of me stands out to make it match. It's a way of cosplaying without going extreme.
We sold a few books. That was nice. I got to sign books to people, which is great. We donated a book
That was awesome.
to the Santa Ana Library.
That was a nice guy.
He found me on Facebook and wrote me a letter saying thank you.
Oh, you didn't even tell me that.
That happened today.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he started to read it or anything?
He didn't say,
He
but
was
I'm
going to
sure.
read it to the kids every day after school. And he said he was tired of the same books in the library. It's Wimpy Kid this and over the same stories. And he wanted some grand adventure to take these kids on every day after school. And
well, he found it.
he found it.
And you can get your copy at Amazon.com in either a paperback edition or as a Kindle download for only 99 cents. Amazon Prime members, that download's free. How about that? That's a commercial. Tell us about your book, Jeff. Well, Hugh. The sixth key, huh? Where are the other 5? So, LA Convention Center sucks, just so you know.
I don't like it. If it was going back to LA next year, I would not work the table.
No, I wouldn't buy a table.
I would say, no way, Jeff,
No.
you're going to find an employee then.
I wouldn't buy a table. We got screwed.
But I'm so excited it's going back to Anaheim.
Yeah, they're back to Anaheim, so it'll work out for us.
I got lost trying to find a panel, so I don't like the convention center.
Yeah, I don't like
I didn't even see
it's too
panel
spread
area.
out. There's no food. There's no Starbucks. Gasp. No Starbucks in the convention center. You have to go outside for everything.
Sometimes I feel like the security didn't know what they were doing. While I was trying to find my panel, I was redirected 3 times to different areas.
Yeah, forget security. They yelled at me. I got in trouble. Almost fined.
Well, you were trying to lure children into your gingerbread house made of candy.
It was working.
That's right.
Like candy.
Yeah.
We've given out candy at our table at every WonderCon we've ever done. It's Easter weekend. Every table has it, but I'm the big bad guy. We're going to find you if we come back and see it.
Well, what did you notice out of that? The guy was helpful and the woman was completely a monster to you.
Yeah, the woman hated me. So I gave it out to all our neighbors instead.
Why are women so mean to other women?
I don't know.
Aren't you guys supposed to be like a sisterhood?
I'm nice to everybody, especially women. So I don't understand.
There are people you're mean to.
Oh, I may have a select few, but they've earned that title, baby. And that would be equally of men.
So this was the first year at WonderCon, at any con, where they had microchips in the badges that you had to tap out and tap in, and tap
thanks
out.
to Matt, we got to see what it looked like inside the badge.
Basically, if they wanted, on a computer screen, they could bring up the floor plan of the convention center and see where everybody is. That's scary.
It's scary and kind of cool, though, because if there was an emergency situation, wouldn't it be neat to know, like, who's where if you were trying to find people? Like, horrifically, like if it was body situation. Like, I needed to know where someone is located.
Right, but
so
if somebody...
around their neck, we're going to know.
If somebody slipped the microfilm into my pocket and the bad guys were after me, they would be able to track me, and I wouldn't know how. You got to fling the badge. You got to take the badge, attach it to a dog, and then send the dog running the other way, and then run the other way. That's what you got to do.
The hero, I'm saving bodies.
Well, I think like I'm the victim. You got to run. Well, the other thing is the badges were massive too because of that. They weren't paper. They were plastic. They were heavy.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's fine if they're going to do that, but I think in the future, the big plastic piece should just be the badge and punch a hole in it and put the clipper through that. Because the plastic bag threatened on everybody's badge to fall off because it was so heavy.
I agree on that.
Okay. We went to Loot Crate a couple of times. Funko, we've already posted those episodes. Sideshow was there. Some of the smaller comics were there. DC was there.
Nintendo was there.
Nintendo was there. You were at the Nintendo booth quite a bit. And you met
Did I get the card?
You met a celebrity.
I met a few celebrities at the Nintendo booth.
Who'd you meet at this Nintendo booth, Austin?
At the booth itself, the creative director of Super Smash Brothers was there.
Super Smash Brothers.
And he was giving a Star Fox panel at the booth. Nintendo had a tiny theater with screen at the booth so that game developers would come and show off the games and host panels with Q&As at the booth.
Yeah.
Very cool. They loaded you with freebies if you played their games.
Yeah.
They had lots of cool stuff to give out. And they hosted a panel I went to.
Yeah.
Which was for the Hyrule Warriors game, where I met the developers, and they gave me a signed poster.
Yeah, and you met somebody that you were very excited about.
Oh, yeah, that was the weird celebrity. I think I was the only guy that walked up to him afterwards, and I'm like, I want a selfie with you. I know the developers are getting crowded right now, but you or the real celebrity. This is the guy that translates the Nintendo Directs when Shigeru Miyamoto starts speaking.
Nice. Oh, very nice.
So he technically is the voice of Nintendo to me.
You sent us a picture of you taking a selfie with the game designers. And then the funny part was right on Facebook, Greg Condon's son from Park Journey had the same exact picture. That was pretty funny.
You know who I didn't see ever once? Just what didn't feel like WonderCon? Chris Gore never came by my table. I don't get out of my table, and usually he stops by.
He doesn't slum in the small press area.
Well, normally he does.
He hangs out with cosplay hot chicks all day.
At least one day he'll stop in, but he didn't make it. So, but Greg Benson was there, and he didn't make it either. I kept hoping he was going to come to my table with his new baby.
He was there with his baby, yeah.
Yeah, I even put on his Facebook, please come to my table, booth 9. No one came to booth 9. We were too far out.
Table 9, table 9.
Yeah, it was really far out.
I think the most disappointing thing was we've had a good run with WonderCon each year. We've done very well. We really stocked up on books. We schlepped them all the way to the table, and then they didn't sell. So we had to schlep them all back. That was the hardest part.
But at least we didn't have TimeBoxes on top of it. I sold all but one bag.
Yeah, no,
and there was like 6 bags, so it was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think the book sales would have been pretty brisk if you'd had candy.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I want to give a shout out to all my friends that helped me because it's really hard to do a 10-hour day at a table talking about a book over and over and over, nonstop, getting people to your table. And I took maybe 2 bathroom breaks a day on that long day and walked around the floor, 1 30-minute here, 1 30-minute the next day, and one last time on Sunday. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't begged friends to come help me at my table. I got Jennifer and Elizabeth West on Saturday. Thank you, girls, so much. And I got Cher and her husband, Scott, on Sunday. And it just meant so much that you guys were willing to do that. And I was able to share WonderCon with you that way, so it worked out all good.
Yeah.
And gave me a break.
We met some nice people that are doing a Joss Whedon-themed con. Whedonopolis 2016. Joss Whedon Con, May 13, 14, and 15 at the Airtel Plaza Hotel, Los Angeles. He's the guy behind Buffy, Angel, Firefly, Dr. Horrible, and he directed and wrote the last 2 Avengers movies. Who is Growing Up Geek, podcast host.
That was a mom, and I think this is her husband.
Yeah, Jamie Osuna and Chad Osuna.
Yeah. She does a podcast about growing up in geeky world. She has toddlers, so it's kind of like a mommy version of what we do.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it sounded a lot like what we do.
Tell us about your children.
And they go to these events and they cover them, and the husband does more of the grown-up version. His is called Fanboy Nation.
You think
they
war?
both do their own.
They battle each other?
I don't know. Should we do our own? We're sharing 91 Reasons. I don't know.
What would you call your podcast?
Ooh, let me think.
What would Rachel's podcast be? The Rachel Cast.
No, I don't know.
No. The Mom Cast?
No, it would be Rach if I use my own name because I don't like Rachel. But
Stalking Tracy Hines, the podcast.
Very funny.
We're outside her house. Look, she's cooking.
There's an idea.
She's cooking spaghetti. Let's get a little closer.
You're funny.
Tell us about your restraining order. So we were there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Easter weekend. We've spent the last 5 Easters at WonderCon. Next year, it's not on Easter.
I know. I don't know what to do. What are we going to do on Easter? Like cook a meal?
Go to church? I don't know.
Go to church? I don't know.
What do normal people do on Easter?
Josie would like that.
Celebrate
Josie would be thrilled.
The rising of the Savior?
I think that even though we don't have WonderCon on Easter, we should all still get in costume. I'll be in my Fox outfit.
Yeah.
And we'll all be in costume and eat together and talk as if we were in a convention.
In costume.
The only food served will be small stacks we normally pack at cons, goldfish and pepperoni.
Hot dogs.
It's going to be just like a hot dog. And then for dinner, we'll go to 7-Eleven.
You sounds like a plan.
Sounds fabulous.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll play video games.
And by next year's WonderCon, you could have a girlfriend. Will we get her a ticket?
You're suggesting I'll be in a relationship by then?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm ready
I'm
for that.
shipping you. I'm shipping you.
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
If there's anybody out there who would like to date Austin,
no, I'm good.
Just leave us a message on our Facebook page.
Must like Fox costumes and ears.
If you go on a date with Austin, his mom will drive him and sit behind you in the movie theater.
I am Beverly Goldberg. This will happen.
Helicopter mom.
I will probably have a themed costume to match the event.
That's right.
Just saying.
Just add me on Steam and play Team Fortress with me.
Or if you just need a mom to go with you, I'm great at that too, you know.
Oh, for God's sake. Anything else about WonderCon we want to talk about? What celebrities did we see? I saw Missy Pyle, who was in Galaxy Quest.
You did?
Yeah.
When'd you see her?
Day one.
See, I was at the table. I missed everything.
She was giving an interview. We saw Lou Ferrigno. We always see.
He's at every convention.
Yeah. Who'd you see, Austin?
Neil Cicelica.
The guy behind what?
The Potter Puppet Pals.
The Potter Puppet
him.
Pals.
That was the first day.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Yes.
You're forgetting about Lemon Demon.
Lemon Demon?
His band. I love his music.
Yes, Lemon Demon.
His new album, Spirit Phone, just came out.
You should say who you met yesterday at Disneyland.
Luna should say that.
Grumps.
Game
Luna,
Grumps.
come over here. This is your thing, man. This ain't me.
I didn't know them or understand
It
them.
was Aaron and Susie from the Game Grumps.
Aaron and Susie from the Game Grumps. They sit and play video games, and you watch them play video games. Ladies and gentlemen, the youth of America are doomed.
2 episodes a day, Aaron and Danny play, and 1 episode a day is just some of their friends. And then Susie is Aaron's wife. She has her own channel where she plays video games.
So, well, and you were very excited when you saw them, and they were reluctant to tell you who they were until the little girl came up crying, knowing exactly who they were.
I wasn't going to say it, but since you said they were reluctant, Steve commented to Laura, "Who is that they took a picture with? Because the guy doesn't look like he wanted to take the picture."
No, he didn't.
He did not want to take the
It
picture.
was very obvious. He was not very
He was not happy.
fan-friendly.
It's really easy not to be famous. Just go work the mall and not...
Even she was kind of like hesitant fan-friendly.
Yeah.
But she put on a smile and tried.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess we can't all be as wonderful as
So,
truckers.
of all the
as we are
cosplay,
fans.
all the cosplay you saw, what was your favorite? Austin?
Of all the cosplay I saw,
We saw a lot all weekend.
I really liked the person who cosplayed Sakura-chan from Saguai Quest for Kokuo, a Homestuck fan animation. Someone animated a really badly Homestuck anime, and they ended up making all these episodes, and it's a full Homestuck anime you can watch that is drawn so poorly, and this person nailed the costume. Out of the 50 Dave Striders I see and all the John Egborts, I like seeing something completely different.
We'll get to my favorite cosplay, but my favorite moment was when you go, "Hey, look, Dad," and in the planter, all the people dressed as Lord of the Rings were like hanging out in the bushes.
But I have to say, the nicest people I met were...
That's dedication.
The nicest people I met and were definitely the Dave and Carcat they interviewed.
Yes,
that's super cool.
On our Homestuck episode.
Mine was this amazing little mashup of
looks like
Boba
it's
Fett
outside.
and My Little Mermaid.
Oh, you saw a mashup of Little Mermaid and Boba Fett?
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work. Who was wearing that one?
Tracy Hines.
Tracy Hines. What a shock.
Yeah, just saying.
I call her Boba Finn.
Yeah, that's about what is a cute name
Boba
for.
Fish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Luna, what was your favorite?
I guess Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl? There were a lot of Squirrel Girls.
Yeah. I didn't see much else. I didn't see a lot of Homestuck. I didn't see a lot of... There was a good Team Fortress. There was a
Team
really
Fortress.
cool
Pyro.
Oh my god, that Pyro was amazing. He turned out to actually be a regular from Face Punts I knew.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's
Who
from
was it?
MUS.
Ooh.
I forgot the username off the top of my head.
Well, there were a lot of Kylo Rens at the show of every
Oh.
shape and size. But there was one Kylo Ren, the helmet came off, and I did a double take because I thought it was Winona Ryder. Like, I really did. I sent you a picture.
I never got that picture.
That chick looked
Never got
like
it.
Winona Ryder. I was shocked.
You're desperate to see a waifu.
No, I just was like,
Look, I swear...
here's the thing. It just was so weird because it's like, well, she wouldn't wear a costume like that at a con. And, you know, when you're walking by on when you look at the picture, you're like, oh, kind of like from the eyes up, but not the whole thing. But you see it like that, and it's real quick.
Look, the actual Jade Hawley was at the We Love Fine booth shopping for Homestuck stuff. It really was her.
Yeah, I wish the We Love Fine booth would not show up because I'm tired of giving them all my money.
I know. They get so excited when we come.
Oh, I know. They know us. You can almost hear the Cheers theme when we pull up.
Yep.
Making your way in the world today takes everything
Now,
you've got.
what's funny about Wheel
We're
of
gonna
Fine
sell
is
you
that
all the stuff.
even before
You'll be glad you bought.
even before Homestuck, we bought all that Adventure Time stuff from them.
Yeah.
And even if Homestuck does truly die out,
You still
they
stop there.
they sell all the Team Fortress merchandise.
Well, luckily last
they
year,
have everything.
I bought your mom the Back to the Future dress
Yeah.
because they don't have it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, Wheel of Fine. Homestuck sells so well, they're starting to discontinue bigger licenses like Star Wars and Marvel because Homestuck outsells it all.
All right. Any final thoughts on WonderCon?
I look forward for its Anaheim return.
Me too.
I do as well. It's a much quicker drive.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. We had a great time at WonderCon. We even had a movie producer want to talk to me about the book rights, so
Fingers crossed.
that's a good thing. I've talked to him a couple times on the phone. You never know. You never know. There's no magic formula to selling your property to Hollywood. It just takes determination and sweat. So there we go, right?
Of course, that was on Sunday when I had already lost my voice. Talked about the book for 2 days and didn't have the oomph I had on Friday.
But you did do a really good rendition of Betty Davis eyes with that voice.
I did.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Leave us a review on iTunes. Find us on Facebook. Support us on Patreon. Yell at us from the street. It doesn't matter. I am Jeff.
Lunette?
Rachel?
Austin.
And together we are 91
91
Reasons. 91 Reasons. That sounds great.
Thanks for listening to 91 Reasons. Please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. Find us on Facebook. Is anyone even still listening?
By Grabthar's hammer. What a savings.